Welcome to the Omnic Fallout Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Omnic Fallout, and we are your host, Philip, Daryl, and Nymphadora today. What's up, guys? How you doing? This is a podcast about all things Overwatch and some other Blizzard games every so often. What's up, Phil? This is my co-host, Phil, tonight. Uniedge was unable to make it because he has a lot of schoolwork stuff going on, and we support school here. So,
I mean, you do. I don't know what school's all about.
So thank you for stepping in for Uniedge. We really appreciate it. So, oh man,
I'm here.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
It's lots of work. Lots of work.
Have you done any? Have you played any Overwatch this week so far?
A little bit. Not a whole lot. I just jump in to do the arcade a little bit this week. What little time I've had outside of work, I'm not kidding you. I've probably worked. Tomorrow's Thursday? I've probably already worked close to 40 hours.
Holy crap!
I was out until midnight Sunday night, and then I had to be out at 7 a.m. Monday, and then, I mean, it's just all week. It's been getting home late, so I haven't really had a lot of time to actually play much of anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, I haven't played at all this week so far because I've been hanging out with my little bro and my nephew this week. So,
Shame.
Yeah, no, the little guy, he's so cute, man. He's so adorable. I love him so much.
Yeah.
They're so, oh my gosh, I bet you can hear, I'm still sick. I was sick last week. I lost my voice, as you know, because
Yes.
you are my co-host on Mind Games. You're one of my co-hosts
Correct.
on Mind Games. Well, my co-host is Barbara's show. We're her co-host. But yeah, God. So I was like, I asked Ro, I was like, Barber, I know you don't do Overwatch. She's like, no.
Oh God, yeah. Has she even played Overwatch?
She
at
tried
all?
it. It makes her sick. She gets motion sick from it.
Take Dramamine. Overwatch is worth Dramamine.
Hey, you know the Stitcher's skin? Did you see there was a tweet that came out for Roadhog skin ideas, and one of them was a Stitches skin.
I'm surprised that hasn't been done yet already.
I was like, oh, Stitches and Butcher. So
Yeah.
I tweeted it to Barb, and she's like, I might start playing Overwatch just for Stitches Roadhog.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, that's why there'll never be Roadhog in Heroes, is because he's basically Stitches.
exactly.
So, I mean, that would be perfect. I would love to see some more like crossover between Blizzard games like that, having Heroes skins in Overwatch, or even like WoW skins or something like that. That'd be cool.
That would be freaking fantastic. I think that would be cool as crap. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
you do it with Heroes, do it in Overwatch too.
Do an Overwatch, yeah, why not?
But speaking of Diablo, with Butcher
Diablo?
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
On the PS4, we will do a quick rundown of major events happening, and then we'll get really into Overwatch news. Diablo now has 4K support added to PS4 in its latest update. So that's interesting. I don't play Diablo, but that's cool for people who have 4K TVs.
And who play on PS4 for whatever reason.
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm
I didn't
a
even know
PlayStation
Diablo
gal.
was on PS4. I thought it was just on PS3. I guess
I believe it's available for PS4.
that's I don't pay attention to consoles.
Hearthstone has a live stream on January 13th, 9 a.m. For Q&A with the designers. So if you guys have some questions that you've been wanting to ask Hearthstone folks, head on over there. It will be on Twitch, January 13th, 9 a.m. Heroes this weekend. January 13th through the 16th, you can play all 60 heroes for free.
What the hell?
Yeah, I thought that's pretty
crazy.
cool. I will probably do a special stream this weekend, so
Yeah,
look out for that.
I'll probably be there. I have almost all the heroes anyway. I think I'm only missing like 6 or 7.
I don't, so this will be a good.
Yeah.
This will be fun because I will be playing characters I've never played before.
So like, not Malfurion. How's that going to work for you?
I know it's gonna be weird. I've actually gotten pretty damn good with Malfurion.
Yeah.
And then WoW patch 7.1.5 is finally out. So, and those patch notes are up for everybody. So go check all that stuff out. But yeah, we are an Overwatch podcast, so let's talk Overwatch. And you play Overwatch, so you
Sometimes
enjoy the game as much as I do.
Yeah.
I think I might enjoy it a little more than most people. Even
Probably.
though I'm really not that good at it.
That's okay. Skill's not required for enjoyment.
So, you remember the May Snowball fight?
Say it one more time. You broke up a little bit.
I said, do you remember the You remember this May Snowball
Yes.
fight?
Yes.
Were you? There was a game where when the wall was put up, there was a glitch and it would glitch you off the map. Were you in the game when that happened with me?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, then
I
it must
wish.
have been. It must have been Quinn, which is a follower of mine, and my brother, because I know my brother was there, and it was one other person, and I couldn't remember who it was, but it glitched you off the map, and people were taking advantage of it. And
how do you take advantage of that? Do you just like pop it under somebody else?
You can
And just like knock them out.
It will if you glitch it off the map. Like it would be because they can't kill you. Then it ends up becoming.
It would go into a draw, right?
It would go into a draw, or it would lure people over there to where you were to try to get you out, and then people would kill them, and you'd end up winning. The people that were not off the map would be able to win, because it would glitch you into this room that you can see but actually not get into. It was the weirdest thing.
That sounds crazy.
It was the weirdest thing, but people started taking advantage of it. And Blizzard is putting the ban hammer on those people that took advantage of it. So apparently they are going to look and see, because you know some people did it on accident, but so they're about to put out a bunch of bans for people who took advantage of that. Can you imagine the resources that's going to take to go back through all that?
Not only that, but for a limited time event also. It's I don't know. It seems a little extreme to me to do that for the snowball fight. I mean, it's not like somebody's MMR was, in the mix here, or like there was any money involved. I don't know. It seems kind of, I don't know, man.
I think I like that they are, they're doing the ban. They're trying to get people to stop doing that. But I think you're right. I think it's a little extreme for a special event. If it was in competitive,
if
by
it
all
was in
means.
competitive, yes, please ban the crap out of them. Get them out.
But
go away.
You didn't get anything extra special in the May Snowball fight.
No.
So,
I mean,
I think
it
it's
went
just a
towards
waste of resources.
Yeah, it went towards your 3 loot boxes you got for the week, and that's it. And I mean, it's not like you were glitching out and getting extra loot boxes. I mean, I could see like something temporary, like something on your account, like, hey, you can't play for like, I don't know, 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, I find that weird. I think it's a waste of resources. I think that they should focus on other things, but
like a Stitches skin for Roadhog.
Yeah, I know, right? That would be cool. That would be cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to have a Stitches skin for Roadhog. Roadhog is, I don't know if he's my favorite tank or if D.Va's my favorite tank. They're both up there. I think Roadhog is I like Roadhog a little bit more than D.Va. only because you really have to pay attention to be able to escape things with Roadhog. Whereas her, it's easy. She's easy to escape with, and she's got.
Yeah. I think they do two different jobs, though. I mean, Roadhog is kind of you can do anything with Roadhog. I mean, he's freaking he's got a place in the meta. There's like a 3 tank meta right now, and there's always Roadhog, Reinhardt, and Diva. I think is who the pro teams always pick, and then there's Soldier 76. And I mean, but me personally, I'd probably pick Diva just because I like to have mobility.
Well, Diva and Winston are, those tanks that are supposed to be aggressive and get in there and knock people back and get people out of the way. Roadhog is a freaking meat shield.
Oh yeah, he is. And the self heal is huge on him too.
Oh yeah, so much. But speaking of Roadhog, in PTR they did the hook changes.
Yeah.
And those hook changes, I was talking about in our last episode, they're testing it out, because everything that happens in the PTR isn't necessarily going to go live.
Correct.
They usually do, but sometimes they don't. But what they're testing out is that the hook maneuverability, where you pull them to you, but it doesn't come in a straight line. It just comes to like where you're facing. And so you can't turn, because it basically affects pro players more than normal players, but you could hook people and then turn if you timed it right and drop people off the side of the map and drop people off the map with the hook, with the way you hooked them. Because the hook would bring them to directly in front of you,
right,
instead of in the direction you were looking when you hooked them. So it really created an advantage that was just being taken advantage of.
It's an advantage that was being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
No, I wish I would have known that was a thing before they. Well, I'm guessing it's still a thing now, but it's in the PTR, so I can still get in there and just cheese my way through. But I didn't realize that it pulled your target in front of you.
Yeah.
Or I mean, to where? Wait.
Hold
on now.
Right now, it pulls your target to the front of you. So if you pull them and turn around, you will hook. They will follow you around.
Oh, I'm reading the notes right now. It says pull directly in front of Roadhog rather than straight to him. So right now they pull straight to him.
Oh, okay, yeah. But so if you turn around, they will follow.
If you turn, you could drop somebody.
Yeah.
So I want to try that. That sounds super cool.
It's so weird, and it's something I never would have thought of in gameplay because I'm not a pro player. So it's something that, pro players, it's going to affect pro players more than your average person.
Yeah.
And they're working. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I'm just reading ahead in the notes. I don't mean to interrupt you, but how they're going to release as a target if they leave his line of sight before they're pulled. Now, as Roadhog is one of the tanks that I play the most. I usually stick to heals or support, but that sucks for playing Roadhog, but that's awesome if you're not playing Roadhog because you can get away from the hook now.
Yeah, it gives you, which I think out of everything for Roadhog, I don't think his damage is OP. I think his hook is what's OP.
Yeah, it is, because his damage is got a really short range. I mean, he's got a ton of damage, but you have to be right up in his face for him to really do that much damage to you. Even his right click, the like flat cannon thing, I mean, doesn't do a whole lot of damage if you're more than like 4 feet away from him. So,
right.
I mean, by nerfing the hook, now I can hear myself all of a sudden.
Sorry.
By nerfing the hook, you're essentially nerfing his damage by proxy.
Yeah, exactly. Because the hook still does damage.
It does?
Yeah, you can
I had no
damage
idea.
it does a little bit of damage when they hook you. I don't know how much it is. I'd have to look it up unless they change that. Um but so and they're also working on his line of sight because it was at a point where they couldn't hook where he could, like, if there was just a little bit of cover, he couldn't hook you. They're trying to adjust that line of sight, like, because at one point you could hook them even if they were covered by a full wall.
Right.
And they overcompensated to where if there's just a little bit of coverage, you can't hook them. So they're trying to balance the line of sight issues that they're having, because I have noticed that problem is like freaking Symmetra will be hiding behind a corner of a box and I can't hook her, and it's like, but I freaking see your head. Why can't I hook your dang head?
No. It's from the Omnic Fallout. Yeah. Sorry.
Girlfriend aggro.
Zilla wants to watch. So this
Yeah, it does 30
that-
damage when you
that-
hook them.
30 damage? Wow, okay. I didn't know it was that much. I mean, I guess I figured it did a little bit, but I thought it was just something really negligible. I mean, yeah, I'm reading this. The line of sight check right now happens from the hook's position. So basically, if the hook can see the target, it hooks them instead of if Roadhog can see the target.
Yeah.
Going from reading this, so they're changing that.
And it should be if Roadhog can see it, you should be able to hook them. So
and in the developer comment, the hook should now feel more consistent. It should also feel more reasonable to his enemies as they cannot be hooked or pulled around corners anymore. I hate that crap. I hate getting hooked by somebody and then I'm pulled and it seems like I'm getting pulled through one or two walls and I'm like, what the hell? What just happened?
Yeah, exactly.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, so I hate that they're having so many issues with the hook.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they're working on it because it's OP. It needs to be worked on.
Yeah. Yep, and he's a staple in every pro comp that there is. And I mean, it's kind of like Soldier 76 is the same way ever since they buffed his damage up to from 16 to 20 per bullet. Now he's like in every team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, they got to balance him out a little bit. And I'm really interested to see how this plays out over time.
Me too. They are nerfing Diva as well, which my brother hates
saw that.
Diva.
That sucks.
He hates the way he thinks he has thought she needed to be nerfed. I disagree.
I disagree as well. I thought that, okay, it was a few months ago or weeks ago. My perception of time is totally screwed up, but they had buffed Diva, didn't they? They buffed up her damage, or at least it was on the PTR. I don't know if that ever went live.
No, it went live. They buffed her. They gave her more damage in her guns, and they gave her mech had more shield. So, which the shield kind of, yeah, I can see them decreasing the armor. Or I'm sorry, the armor, not the shield itself, but they increased the armor, whereas they switched it and increased her health by 200 and her armor by 400. So she still has 600 HP overall. Like,
yeah,
it's still 600 overall. It went from 400 to 600, but the bulk of it is not armor now, or it's only like 1/3 of it is armor now instead of 2/3 of it being armor.
Okay, so all right. Yeah, and then her bullet damage got decreased by 1 point, and they increased the number of bullets per shot. So I could definitely see that contributing to consistency.
Yeah.
I can't think of how Diva's going to feel any different, really, to the
Yeah.
average player.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't see the difference, honestly. I don't see this as a nerf.
It's not really a nerf or
It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing to call it a nerf.
it's just balance. I mean, it's just a balance for consistency is really what it is. They're not really nerfing her. They're just shuffling the numbers around that are there. Like they're dropping the number or the damage number per bullet by 1 point, but increasing the spread, or not spread, but increasing the amount of bullets. So that 1 point of damage they took off the bullet is kind of spread around a little bit because now you have more bullets per shot. So it's just it's like a side grade instead of an upgrade or a downgrade.
Yeah.
So, and then the armor thing, reducing her armor. So I mean, the armor reduces incoming damage by half.
Yeah.
So if they increase her health, and so that they can decrease her armor without reducing her overall hit points. So basically, they made her less tanky overall, is what they nerfed her tankiness. Really, is what they did, because she only has 200 points of armor, so that's only 200 points of half damage that she can take now, instead of 400.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks, but I don't know. I mean, and I see what they're saying, though, in the comments about her feeling like she had no weaknesses.
I can understand that change, because I'm not the greatest with Reaper, but Reaper is known to be like the dude who takes the tanks down.
Yeah, he's a tank killer. That's his job. He's like Tychus in Heroes.
Yeah, you couldn't take her down with Reaper. She was so hard to take down because her armor...
Yeah, her armor is just... There's so much of it.
So I think it's a better balance with the armor. I don't know that the damage, the bullet, her cannons needed any kind of change. So I think that the armor will give it more of will kind of balance it out to where when you have a Reaper in your face, he's going to do his job like he's supposed to instead of go down quickly.
Yeah, and it's gonna reward a little bit. You're gonna have to play D.Va a little bit more carefully. It's gonna reward more careful play rather than like how I play D.Va, which I tend to bully people with D.Va. I tend to get in there and just be a bully and knock people around and just get in everybody's faces until my mech gets blown up, and then I get out of there until I can bring it back down.
And that's how I played her, because that's how she was set up to play. But
right.
It was almost like she had Roadhog's ability to get in there and do some damage, but a Reinhardt's ability to stay alive.
Right.
With the shield and the armor.
She could soak so much damage, it's unreal. So, yeah, I mean,
and it's I don't know. I don't agree with the damage increase, but I do agree with the armor changes.
Oh, it's not a damage increase.
Or
it's
not
a decrease.
Increase, but decrease. Yeah, I don't agree with
it's a very slight decrease, but yeah. No, I don't think they should have messed with her guns at all. But the armor thing, yeah, definitely good.
So we'll see. It will definitely be interesting to see how that pans out.
Correct.
Sombra is also being adjusted, which you've heard me say this, I don't know how many times in gameplay, but I said it takes too long to hack anything, and that's her ability. That's what she's here for. It shouldn't take me so long to hack something.
No, I noticed that too.
that time is being decreased. It's going from 1 second to 0.8 seconds, which you may not think that's going to make a big difference. I think it will.
Yeah, well, I mean, Overwatch is a quick-paced game, and in a game, especially a game like Overwatch, 0.2 seconds can feel like a couple minutes. It could feel like forever. I mean, that, like you just said, taking 1 second to hack something with Sombra in game right now feels like it takes way too freaking long.
Yeah, and when you because her hack ability is interrupted when you're shooting somebody, so that 1 second, if you can't get them down, like I I don't think it needs to be decreased to 0.5 because then people have to half a second because then nobody has a chance, to stop her. But 1 second was entirely too long because it will take less than a second for them to notice her there.
Yeah, and in less than a second for somebody to kill her because her health pool is not that substantial.
Right. I mean,
she's very squishy.
She's really squishy, but she's squishy in the same way that Tracer's squishy because she has such a great ability to get out of a situation.
Yeah, well, yeah. They have to balance that out. That's how they chose to balance her. She has a ton of abilities. Her kit's incredibly useful, and there's lots of utility there, so you can't have too much health.
Yeah, and because I really love playing Sombra, but and in the beginning it was, really great to be able to do stuff like that because it would take people forever to realize, okay, what's happening to me? Oh, I'm being hacked. But now that people,
it was new and nobody knew what the heck was going on, but now everybody knows.
Yeah, and in the developer update that Kaplan had, which I rewatched this afternoon, but it was from December. He was like, "We're taking our time to balance Sombra because when we balanced Ana, we didn't take our time, and therefore." We gave her too much, and once people learned how to play her, we had to rebalance her back down a little bit. So they took their time to figure out what it was that was going to need to be balanced on Sombra, because of the fact that you gotta give players time to learn how to play the character. You gotta have that.
Especially Sombra. Sombra is so different from any other character in Overwatch in the way she plays. I mean, she's the spy of Overwatch.
Oh yes,
essentially.
Definitely.
So I mean. That the hack thing that she did, that her hack is amazing, and her ultimate I love her ultimate, and I wish I saw more people play Sombra and get good with her because I don't see Sombra hardly at all when I play anyway.
She has a steep learning curve. She does. She has a really steep learning curve. Yeah. And when I say she's easy to play, to do damage, but she's difficult.
That's not her job.
She's difficult to actually utilize properly.
Yeah, her job isn't to do damage. Like, if you can play Sombra and you can kill some people, that's cool, but you got to contribute to the team by using her abilities to nullify the other team's abilities.
Exactly.
And control. I mean, she's a control hero.
She is essentially a mix between support and defense. Because of her abilities.
Yep.
And that I love that terminology was perfect. Nullify. That's exactly what she's supposed to do. That's like Reinhardt. He's not there to do damage. That's not what he's there for. He's there to take the damage, to help other people deal the damage.
Yeah, he's there to body block. He's there to shield people. He's there to enable other teammates if I could talk. He's there to enable teammates to do their jobs, which would be doing damage, taking points or whatever.
Exactly. And I think, and when it comes to team play, like, that's what you have to keep in mind. And I think that's a lot of the problem. People are like, I want the most damage, or I want the most heals, or I want, to play the game. And it's like, but the character you're playing isn't necessarily it's not meant to be a character to get play of the game. Right. But it's meant to help the team win.
Yeah, it's like taking your, I don't know, it's like trying to win a NASCAR race in your pickup truck. I mean, it's not what it's for. That's a terrible, terrible example.
That is such a great analogy, though. That is such a great analogy.
It's true. I mean, every character in Overwatch, every I don't know what the hell the terminology is, heroes, every character that there is that you can play in Overwatch has a role. They have a specific job that they have to do, or that they're made to do. So if you're just going to take, I don't know, you want to go crazy like I did a few weeks ago. I wanted to kill as many people with Mercy as I could. That didn't end very well, though, by the way. That's the wrong character to do that with. If you want to do mad deeps, you got to play the deeps.
Yeah. And when you are in a, okay, maybe you don't get to play the character to do the DPS. pick another. You need to at least learn a character from each thing. You know, from
Each
offense.
category.
Yeah, each category. Thank you. Offense, defense, tank, and support. You need to I recommend you learning at least one from each category very well. That way you can change it up and not stick to one.
Contribute.
Yeah, because it's a team game. It's not an individual game. It's a team game.
No.
And it's not and that's what sets it apart from Call of Duty.
That's what sets us apart from like any other shooter out there. I mean, sure, in other shooters that you could think that at least that I can think of. I'm an old school shooter guy, so I mean, I got a lot of Quake and Doom and stuff. But kids don't know what Quake is these days, man. It's depressing. But anyway, you got team deathmatch, but that's not the same as Overwatch. I mean, in team deathmatch, a team of people that all have guns to kill people with, and that's all you do is you just kill people. And Overwatch is more like chess.
Exactly. Oh my God.
So
wow, that's a really good analogy.
You look at the enemy team. When you can see what the enemy team is playing, what their comp is, you pick your comp according to their comp, and you attempt to punish them for their choices.
Well, so, if you look at the actual icons, they are chess pieces.
Yeah. Well,
I always knew they were chess pieces, but I didn't associate it to being the analogy of the chess game until you just said it. It's like, wait, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yep. Yeah, you have to counter your team, or you have to counter your opponent.
And I think that's what sets it apart from other shooters because it makes you think.
Yeah.
It makes you think, and it's so yeah. So we are so good at getting off on tangents, but that's okay.
I know, right?
So the last character that they adjusted is Ana, because she needed a little bit of a
man. No, leave Ana alone, man. Ana is the true Overwatch waifu.
Oh my God.
She is the true bae. All right, I love Ana so much. She's so awesome. She's probably my favorite character in the game.
She's a fun character, and I'm okay at her, but she's not my regular.
She's like
type
Sombra.
Of support.
She has a really high skill ceiling, and she's one of those that in the hands of somebody who's capable with her, she can win games.
Oh God, yes.
If you have just Randy Rando, shithead playing Ana and doesn't know what the hell he's doing, then you're gonna lose because you're essentially playing 5 versus 6.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the meta is actually the 3 tanks and the heat and the support is Ana right now, which that's most likely going to change because of her changes, because her healing boost from the grenade has been decreased by 50%.
That is so crazy. That is
a
huge.
Major decrease.
That's going to kill. I think that's going to, well, maybe not kill. That might be a little exaggerated, but that's going to really put a dent in the triple tank meta thing that they're doing right now because, it says right there in the comments, especially when used on targets with large health pools, it's too much healing. So if you...
Well, you could almost heal up a Roadhog with her grenade, and he's got 600 health. That shouldn't... No.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's a little too effective.
Yeah, so it is a huge decrease, but I think it balances it out a little bit better. And with the gameplay, they may go, okay, no, let's boost it back up to 25%. Let's boost it up a little bit, but yeah,
it's still
that's gonna change gameplay. That's definitely gonna change gameplay right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Way more than
change a lot.
I think it'll change more than the Roadhog changes. It'll change gameplay more than the Roadhog gameplay changes. So, I think that one and the Sombra one, I think, are the biggest ones that will really you'll really feel the effects more so than with the Diva and Roadhog changes.
Yeah. Well,
so-
maybe I'm kind of hoping that it'll switch the meta up a little bit because maybe they'll drop 3 tanks. Maybe we'll go back to just 2 tanks because that's what it was for a little. At least what I saw was just 2 tanks.
It was two tanks, 2
2
support. Yeah, 2 tanks, 2 healers, and then the rest DPS. Or
and then 2 damage, and then maybe they'll go back to that, and maybe somehow they'll work Sombra into it because as far as I know, Sombra is not involved in any competitive play really.
No, and she is. I mean, she's in the offense category, but she's really
that's
not.
That's pigeonholing her too much. I think she's too flexible for that.
Yeah, and I mean,
just
she's
offense.
not the only one. I mean, a lot of
We have
characters.
offensive Symmetra now after her changes, so
Even when Symmetra was support, like she's never really truly been full support. Her shields are what gives her the ability to be supportive, but she's very defensive in her setup as well.
yeah.
So there's a lot of characters that you can use for more than one category, which is what makes it really nice.
Yeah, but that also, I mean, this is at risk of another tangent. The categories get kind of confusing, especially when you're playing in quick play with a bunch of scrubs who look at the category and so they get zoomed in and they have their zero-sum thought process and they're like, well, that character says defense and we're on offense, so why are you playing that character? Get good, scrub.
Well, I mean, it's like playing Attack Torbjorn. You can actually play a good Attack Torbjorn.
Whatever.
You can. I've seen it happen. You can actually play. No. I don't like playing a Torbjorn on the assault maps.
Yeah.
I don't like. I think the capture point maps. I think it's stupid to play a turret character. But I was in a game where the Torbjorn, they had an attack Torbjorn.
That's crazy.
That dude, holy crap, he won the game for them. I can't explain it. Like, he would work his way up using his turret to get on the frickin' point, and he would put his turret in a position. This was on the Ilios map. He would put his turret in a position where it was really difficult to get to without being caught by him. God.
What the hell?
And then getting killed. I hear the girlfriend in the background.
Yeah, she's playing Dead by Daylight. She's got the crap scared out of her, apparently.
That's great. I love that game.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I have witnessed some really amazing attack Torbjorns. So you if you're good at it, but
yeah, you can make it work, but
you
I
can
mean,
make
that's,
anybody
going
work.
back. You're talking about the chest thing again. I mean, you just gotta the enemy, whoever's on the other team, just has to find the right character to punish that move. But it's got to be a teamwork thing.
Exactly, it's a teamwork thing,
and that's where it falls through sometimes.
I will agree with you on that one. Come on, just give me a decent competitive team.
You got to team up with others for that, homie.
I know. So some really cool UI changes that they are testing out. The wheel where you can do your emotes and all of that stuff. They are giving you the option to I lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
I know. I'm so out of, I spent 2.5 hours driving home today, and as soon as I got home, I had to walk the dogs and do all kinds of stuff. So my brain's it's kind of frazzled. I
Are you
haven't had
talking
much
about
sleep.
where they can where you can do your emote now?
Yes,
off the wheel.
Yeah, where you can personalize. That's the word I was looking for. You can personalize or customize the wheel, and you get like an option to have 4 different emotes, 4 different sprays, and 4 different voice lines that you can use. So you're not locked into one specific emote.
I like that. That's fun.
I do
That's gonna be
too.
fun.
I think that'll be really cool. That way you're not stuck using, because you have to remember to change that stuff out every time you go into a game. So, and there's a couple of different ones that I think are really, really cool, and I'd like to use them, use multiple ones.
Well, then there's some of them that have utility too, like the ones where they're laying down. Like you can hide places and
oh yes,
actually do stuff with those. But then let's say you want that, but you also want one to have fun with, so now you can do that.
Yeah. I like that opportunity. And if you play on PC, you have the opportunity to actually keybind certain ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is a cool update.
Yep.
So I hope that continues on through and actually goes live.
I'm sure it will. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
Yeah, unless it's some weird bug, I don't see why that update wouldn't go in. They also added some interesting UI stuff where they will now call out headshot. You now know when you made a headshot, which I like that idea. I want to know that I've made a headshot.
How are they gonna? I don't see that in the notes. How are they gonna do that?
So what they're going to do is I'm trying to find where it was in the notes. Oh crap. Where the heck was it? Poopy. Well, what I read when I saw... Oh, there it is. It's under the general... Oh, no. Sorry, that's emote wheel. Man, I'm so disorganized today, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. It's the first show of the new year, right?
No, this is the second one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
Well, whatever, dude.
But anyway, so you'll see a red arrow when you've... I swear to God, I read it somewhere, and it's an arrow where it will show that you did a headshot. And then you'll be able to see people's... there it is! Kill feed. There we go.
Oh, it's going to show whenever you killed somebody with a headshot or you got killed with one in the kill feed.
Yes, it's in the kill feed. So
gotcha.
And it'll be indicated with the red icon. And ultimate abilities will be indicated with an orange arrow.
Okay.
And hero ability icons are now displayed. So you'll know what killed you in the kill feed now, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Stay away from me. Keep your creepy hands off of me.
I'm sorry,
Why?
This is so great. I love it. I wish that they would actually call it out instead of put it in the kill feed and let you know that you made a headshot, but maybe that will come.
Some kind of a sound effect or something would be really nice, like in going back to Quake. In the or on the tournament, headshot.
Yeah, that
Holy
would be
shit.
That would be really cool. And I see that I actually could see that happening since they're going to implement it in the kill feed. There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to implement that for the person.
Just attach a sound effect to it. I could see that being, I mean, even if it's just for Widowmaker, because that's how she's geared now, is kill with headshots. I mean, just have Widowmaker say something about, killing somebody in the head. I don't know, some sexy French thing.
I see, there's only there's only so many characters that can actually properly get a headshot anyway. Yeah. So, so I think that's really cool. There's other things in the PTR patch notes, but it's mostly bug fixes, and those were just a specific AI and UI update I thought would be interesting to actually discuss. But
there's an important note here where they fixed the bug that would cause a cup in Anna's toast victory pose to appear blurry.
So that's so important.
And then Mercy's wings being improperly placed on her Valkyrie and Sigrun skins. So the important things, man, the important issues getting solved here.
The bug reports are, I mean, they're bug reports. They gotta, be done. But it's just so weird It's just some of the bug fixes are just, it's like, it really doesn't matter. But it does in the long run, because if you don't fix the bug, it could actually, whatever it is in the coding could affect something in the future that may not affect it now, but could affect it later.
Yeah. Some of the stuff is so freakishly specific, like fixed a bug that prevented the Roadhog bot from grabbing enemies with his chain hook through a friendly Reinhardt's barrier field. Like, good lord, how'd they find that?
Oh, there was one bug report one time that said something was misspelled. And Uniedge was the one who he saw it in the bug report, and he was like, "Oh my god, I have to say this." And it was like something was misspelled in Eichenwald, and they had to, and it was in German. Like, no American is gonna know that. It was somebody who spoke German and who could read German who pointed that out to them. And it was so specific, and I was like, that is the weirdest bug I have ever read so far.
Well, here's one. Fixed a bug preventing some projectiles from destroying the pinatas on Dorado.
Oh my god.
That changes the game. That changes the game totally.
Oh, definitely. Now I can actually have fun.
Yeah, now I can play Overwatch again, guys. The long dark is over. We can go back to normal.
Oh my god. Anyway, and finally, data miners have found possible voice lines for a Valentine's event. It doesn't show that it's going to be anything major, which I think Kaplan himself said they're not going to do major events for Valentine's and Easter. But there are 3 voice lines, and I'll play them here. There was also a bug report that was misspelled on Li Jiang. Like, who knows that stuff? I don't even pay attention to the stuff that's written. I gotta start paying attention and make sure that there's no typos.
Well, I don't know, man. There's people that's their job is to look at this stuff and figure it out. So.
What's up, Uni? He just joined chat. I'm so glad that you're here. We miss you, Ben. So, Genji's voice lines. There's a Genji voice line regarding chocolate, and there's 3 of them and so data miners think it's for a Valentine's event. So I'll play all 3 of them. They're funny.
Any chocolates today, brother? Those were your amusements, not mine.
So that is Genji to Hanzo, and this one is Mercy to Genji.
Oh, shoot.
I got you some chocolates, Genji. Swiss. They're the best.
Thank you, Angela. Perhaps you could share them with me?
I like that he talks to her by her first name.
That's like the new rumor on the internet right now is Mercy and Genji. It's I don't know how you put those 2 together.
It's because of the Christmas comic. Because if you look at the Christmas comic,
oh my gosh, I haven't read that.
When they're all with their families, Genji and Mercy are together alone.
Ooh.
So and then here's the one from Genji to Mercy. I think it's really cute.
Angela, I have some chocolates for you. Not Swiss.
I suppose it will have to do. Thank you, Genji.
I mean, like, how cute is
not
that?
Not Swiss.
It's not Swiss. Oh my god, it's so cute. So I find that oh, that's right, they're not alone. They send each other letters. Thank you, Uni. Thank you for fixing that. But they're sending each other letters for Christmas. So
need to get up on this and read these apparently.
The comics are great.
I'm
you
out
totally
of the loop.
should. But that's so yeah, it looks like we might be getting a little small event for Valentine's, which will be kind of cool. So
that holds in with Blizzard tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have one for. I really want to see some more crossover stuff though. Like I would love to see a WoW holiday in Overwatch or something like that.
Yeah, like especially with the way they did the Diablo anniversary thing went across the entire everything, including Overwatch and Heroes and Hearthstone and WoW.
Dude, make a map in Overwatch that is Molten Core. Make a Molten Core map for Overwatch.
That would be cool.
How freaking sweet would that be? That'd be amazing. Or like a good Overwatch map would be like any of the what the hell is it? The Blackrock Depths. It's like the really huge, big, sprawling dungeon. It has like 12 bosses or something. It's like level 50 or 40 something. That'd be a good Overwatch map because it's big. Anyway, sorry, that's a whole nother banana.
I think, oh man, it would be really cool to see some maps actually coming from
other properties, other Blizzard properties.
But I see why they choose, but the maps are based off of the lore in Overwatch, so they'd have to somehow work it in with the lore.
Yeah.
But I do like the option for having skins from, like what we were talking about earlier at the beginning, like having the Stitches skin for Roadhog and stuff like that, because you could easily do like some kind of angel one for Mercy from Diablo.
Oh yeah, just get an Ariel skin for Mercy from the Ariel from Heroes. Well, she's from Diablo too, but you know.
Yeah, totally. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool opportunities there, Blizzard. You should get on that. We definitely want to see it.
Correct.
So that is pretty much a stream. I mean, that's a podcast stream. Guys, seriously, my brain.
It's both, you know. It's all right. It's all good.
Oh, my brain. Yes. So, thank you so much for filling in for Uniedge tonight.
Anytime.
He will be back next week. We appreciate you for hanging out. Have you got anything coming up for yourself that you'd like to tell people to go check out?
Not really. I mean, I stream sometimes every once in a while, like maybe once or twice a week, but it's nothing, you know, on any specific schedule. So, I mean, I'm on Mind Games with you, so got to plug that.
Yeah, got to plug our other podcast. Yeah, we'll be recording that, I think, Sunday. But that's not a live podcast, thank God. I don't think I could handle a third live podcast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a stream tomorrow morning, where I actually play Overwatch on Thursday mornings. I had to cancel it last week because I was sick. I'm still a little sick, but it's like the tail end of it. I think it's a sinus infection, so at least I can talk now. So we'll be doing that and possibly a special stream this weekend because of the Heroes event. And then recording our Mind Games podcast, and that's about it, actually.
Woo!
Yep. So if I can get my soundboard over here to work, I'll actually close us out.
Oh, we'll be stuck here forever.
I know, man. I'm telling you, my soundboard doesn't want to work. Oh, look, there we go. We got music now. So this has been the Omnic Fallout podcast about Overwatch and sometimes other Blizzard games. If you have any questions, please email us at theomnicfallout@gmail.com. You can follow Uniedge on Twitter at Zauve, Zauve, and Nymphadora at Gamer Nymphadora. You can find Phil on Twitter as well at Philip Darrell. We are a live podcast, so we are available on iTunes. If you would like to donate to us, you can use the links below in our Twitch channel. All donations go towards the podcast. Don't forget to come follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/theomnicfallout and on Twitter at theomnicfallout. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.